Hail, Snakeo here with another figure review. This time I have got the Transformers Prime Deluxe Beast Hunters Smokescreen. Woo! I do quite enjoy this character on the show, and I'm a big fan of Nolan North, who voices him. So yeah, I don't really know much about him in previous Transformers series and so forth, but I do quite like him, like I said, in this show. He's got a great character, a great strive to be better. You know, he's the rookie. He's a pretty cool character. He's a fun character, and he brings a lot to the actual show itself. Not going to go into any spoilers or anything, but yeah, you know, I don't really know what else to say about the character. Excuse me. As I said in my previous video, I'm kind of like currently dying from man flu, so bear with me, guys. Right. His vehicle mode is a very, very sleek little sports car. Looks like a Ferrari, maybe. Some kind of... I'm not that knowledgeable on cars, but it does look very, very nice. This was his... what's the word I'm looking for? This was his choice for a subtle vehicle mode. So not quite sure how much more subtle you can get. Yeah, it's a nice looking car. It's got some nice details in the sculpt. I watched Optibotimus's review on him. I'm trying to think if I got the name right there. Yeah, I was watching Optibotimus's review on him, and I agree with what he says, that the paint apps on this guy is actually very, very lacking. And he's actually just released a video where he's got some repo labels which he's put on there. Now, I'm not a fan of stickers. I've never really have, because they all just peel off. But I've got to say, they do make it look so much better. And I'm even tempted to get them myself. But like I said, it is a very, very nice vehicle mode. It's got a bit of sculpt here for the grille, some sculpting here also for a grille, and then more sculpting on the back here. Shame there's no like lights or anything, or that's where his license plate should be. It's very lacking in the paint job, which is unfortunate. These are translucent, and also translucent glass, which you can see his arms, which is kind of stupid. The bottom side's okay. You can't really make out the robot cable apart from like the head, so that's not too bad. Whoops. You know, they did release an Arms Micron version of Smokescreen, which was basically just a reused knockout body. I even think it had the same head, I'm not too sure, and it was just basically reused. I think it had different shoulder pads, and he had a spoiler on the back. Apart from that, I don't think there was any other differences, and well, obviously the paint colour, obviously, and I didn't like that, because every time I looked at it, I just saw a white knockout, so that didn't work for me. So when they released this one, I was over the moon, because like I said, I did really like the character. So I'm very happy that they did bring this out, but haven't now got it in hand, and I've been wanting this for such a long time, but it just never came out over in this country until like early this year, I think. Actually, not even, maybe a few months ago. But I got this off of eBay, but from a UK buyer. And I'm really disappointed in it. It looks nice in robot mode, and it looks nice in vehicle mode, but the transformation is the most complicated. Well, it's not even that complicated, it's just the most fiddly transformation that I have actually seen. And normally I can see a transformation once and I can memorize it, and that'll be it. I can throw the instructions away. This guy I've had to look up, and I've had to look up, and I've had to keep reminding myself, because I just didn't want to go. But, you know, you'll see that. I've even had to repair a joint on this, because, well, I'll show you when I get to it. So let's move on to the transformation. We'll go over it. So to transform him, what you do is, what I'd like to do is put a little pressure on here and here, and that just pops that out. Then you bring the legs down, get away, bring this flap out of the way to there. You don't put it all the way, just get it out of the way. That makes getting into the arms a bit easier, because these roof parts and these front parts are attached to the arms. You then need to separate the wheel arch from this little tab here. Pull them apart just gently, just like that. Same on both sides. And then you can bring these up a little bit to get them out. I forgot to say, they're also tabbed in here, kinda. This one, notice it popped out. This one hasn't, so just lift it up there. You can see it's tabbed in. Just get them out of the way. The glass is tabbed, rather the glass tabs into the roof rack just there. So I just want to tab that and tab that, and then you can kind of start getting somewhere. And then finally you need to separate the hands. Now this is kind of fiddly to do because there's not a lot of room. If you can get hold of these two bits here, just pull them apart, and then you need to start bringing them out. Separate the front part and then angle these like this so they're out of the way. Just get them up out of the way. Then you want to bring the roof forward and rotate. You kind of need to do it one at a time. So forward, and then rotate the wheel. The wheel is on a ball joint, which I'll show you in a minute, and you want to rotate it out. If I lift it at the same time, it rotates on that ball just there. As you see the blue plastic, that's well fixed, but I'll show you that in a bit. So get this one out, rotate, rotate around. Now you then want to flatten out the shoulders, so that part's, you see there's like a bit sticking out of the way. You want to make that nice and flat so it's out of the way. And then this tab here, I'll bring my light in a bit closer, this tab here, which I can't really show you, see that big tab there, that goes inside a wheel arch. So just line that up, and then there you go, do one. And do the same for the other side. Get the shoulder out of the way, line up the arch, and get that in. Bring the head round, and then you need to actually, you can bring the chest up now, is you need to line up that hole with that tab, and that hole with the tab on the actual like chin, so to speak. So you can't just put the head at any angle, see that's too high. So try again, a bit lower. Try to line this up and keep it on camera. I know I'm a bit out of focus, just bear with me. There you go, see? Now, and you have to get it just right, because I didn't have it right the other day, and then this part here, these two little grooves, they go actually in there, which you can do now. Just grab them up, they hinge there, and they just go all the way up, and they go actually in, just in there. And if you don't have the right angle, they will not stay, and I thought mine was actually faulty for some reason. Anyway, close the glass down, and then you come around to his waist, rotate that round 360 degrees, 180 degrees even, separate them, there's just a few tabs in there and there, bring this flap here down, do that on both sides, and then bring this part here by his knee down, same on that one, and then bring this part, the red part, bring that, rotate it all the way around, and that will just clip in there, whoops, then you drop him, same in this one, rotate around, clip him. That's his legs done. Another problem I've got with this figure. Okay, you then need to hinge up the arms up to there, bring them down, and then just rotate this panel all the way around, and it just rotates behind the arm. So fold this down, bring that up, bring that down, rotate that around, bend the arm forward a bit, gets out of the way. Then just bring the shoulder pads down. And ladies and gentlemen, we have our robot mode. Excuse me. I forgot to show you on this vehicle mode, I'll do it at the end, is he comes with this piece here which is for his Beast Hunters mode, because all the latest Beast Hunters have these spikes and things moulded in. This guy has this as a separate piece, so it just clips onto the car, which I'll show you at the end, and it's a nice soft rubber, so you're not going to hurt yourself for anything. You can wear it as a robot. These two holes here go into these pegs just here and here. I'm not actually going to peg it in because I think it looks ridiculous, but basically that's what it looks like once you peg it in. Yeah, I think it looks absolutely ridiculous. Don't like it, so I don't bother with it. I'll put it there to remind me to show you in vehicle mode when I change it back. Okay, so the robot mode, problems I have with the robot mode. Well, for starters, he has a massive kibble on the back of his arms. So that's very ugly, and it gets in the way. I just don't like it whatsoever. I did see online a way to customize it, and I have actually done so, and I will come into that in a bit. Second problem is he has these massive feet. They're just absolutely humongous. I've seen another way to customize this. I haven't done it on mine yet because I wanted to do a review first. But look at that, they're like clown feet, they're crazy. third problem I have with this guy is his paint. He's missing so much paint apps, like his face. That bit should be white. These bits here should be red, and I believe these bits are blue. I'm not actually 100% sure about that. He's missing some red from his shoulders. He's missing loads of details on here. His paints are all off, so I'm not happy with that. The fourth problem I have with this guy is he is just skinny. He's really, really skinny. I mean, look at that. That is absolutely ridiculous. There's nothing to his back. There's no kind of bulk or anything. You got all his weight is on his feet and on his arms, his forearms. And then finally, the fifth problem I have with this guy was his shoulder. This shoulder just kept popping off, no matter what I did. It's even trying to do it now. Like, if you listen, if I get the shoulder pad out of the way, if you listen, when I've pushed it in all the way, you can hear it makes that as I turn it. But as it likes to sit, trying to pop off. Now I don't know how well I can show you this. I've actually got a bit of plastic and I've glued them in, cut them down to shape, just so it won't keep popping off. It's still loose, but it's enough to hold its own weight, kinda. But I'm not happy with that at all. I think what I might do is get another one of these and just have one vehicle and one for robot, because it's just such a fiddly transformation. Let's go over his articulation like this, and I'll show you the customs, what I've done. So the head is on a ball, but it can rotate to there, to there. Not really much up and down, and a little bit side to side. The shoulder pads move a little bit, but not that much, so they can get kind of out of the way. Now the shoulders have a hinge here to go up and down due to transformation, so you can go down to there if you need to, or you can go all the way up to there to hide the joint under the shoulder pad, which is kind of where you should have it. The arm is on a ball, so you can rotate it around and go out to there, but it's a very tiny ball. There is a bicep cut, and so you can rotate just above the elbow, so you can do a full 360 there if the bulk doesn't get in the way. And you've got a ratchet elbow, which is about 90 degrees. Nothing in the arm or the wrist after, so that's all that. Nothing in the torso. He has a waist cut due to transformation, so you can get full 360 out of that. He has T-cut hips, so you can get his foot quite high, about there. He has a thigh swivel. You can go from there to there due to the armour getting in the way. And he has a bend of about 90 degrees. His ankle is on this silver bit here, which can go to there, to there. And that's his articulation. Not a fan of this. It's like they rushed it out. Just quickly, must get a figure out. Didn't really think of anything to deal with any problems it has. And this is okay. This doesn't look too bad. The sculpt on the chest is quite nice. Needs paint apps, and the head needs some paint apps. But the sculpting's okay. There's just not much of it, and it's very flat. Even the chest is quite flat. I believe the chest should be a lot bulkier. Now, as I said, I've customised mine, and I've got these parts. What I've done is, where it's hinged in, is I've just cut that little bit of plastic. There's a tiny little bit of plastic, and it's not even the entire bit. If I get that toothpick I was using the other day, which has gone a walkabout, there it is. Just one sec, it's under my pliers. There we go. Right, what I've actually done is I've cut, it's in here, and it's literally from about there to about there. That's all it was. It wasn't a very big bit of plastic. And so if you cut that out, this then, if you angle it like to the side, it does then just pop out, just like that. See, if I show you my fingers, if I put purple behind it, you can see what I've cut out just there. And you can do, well, you can choose what to do. You can just leave it to the side if you want, but I have found a couple of ideas what to do with it. So that's what it looks like without them, and I think that's actually better already, you know. He doesn't have the massive bulk, which definitely improves his upper torso look. His arms are quite short and stumpy though. That's the problem when you do that. They look quite short. Maybe if you bring him down a bit, they won't look so bad. Oh yeah, that definitely looks better. Yeah, if you don't have them up so high, they look better like that. But anyway, with these, what you can do is if you cut it just right, they can actually clip onto the doors. There's several angles to do this, but I think it's best, it clips on best when it's like that. So they're on the outside, unfortunately, but they stay very well like that. I've seen people have it like this, and I just can't seem to get them. Oh, actually, this might work. No, see, because see, the problem is this light here is going past the halfway mark, so it won't really work. But I'll try it quickly on camera. Pretty sure it won't work though, because you know how things love to fail on camera. Flying and the camera moved and everything went wrong. You know, I've seen someone do it. I don't know how they've done it, but I've seen someone have it like that, and I'm not quite sure how. What I saw yesterday, and I literally stumbled across it, is these are only clipped in. They're on a hinge, but there's no pin or anything. So it looks like there should be, but there isn't. So they're just literally friction in. There's little grooves. No, not on that. On that. There you go. See, there's little grooves just there, and they just like slot in to there. Once you take these parts off, what like I said, I stumbled on last night. You then clip them together, and they hold together pretty well. And then the actual doors, if you line it just right, and put a little bit of pressure to get past the little nooks, the doors themselves will hold them up, and when they do, it's falling apart. There you go. So when they do, it adds some bulk to him, which makes him look quite a bit better from the back. And it gets them out of the way so they're not all over the place. And then what he did with these parts, which I don't know how, is he somehow managed to get them to stay there. With that. Now I can get them to balance there, but I cannot get them to stay there. So I don't know what to do with these currently. I'm still thinking on that one. You can't clip them on there because when the hinges are together, they kind of knock it in the middle. They only go together at that angle. So I don't know how to attach them onto there. I've tried slotting them in there, I've tried slotting them in there, I've tried slotting them in here. I've tried everything I can think of, so I don't know what to do with these. But I think that looks a lot better to give him some bulk on his back, to hide his hollowness, and to get part of him out of the way so his arms aren't massive. But you know, that's just one thing I saw last night. I just wanted to add this onto the video. I've literally just stumbled onto this thing on online. And it's to show what to do with the extra kibble, because as you can see it's not on his arms and it's not on his legs. Look, where is it? It's actually all here. And I finally found out how to do it. It does make him quite back heavy, and I've got to say it's not my preferred place because it's a little bit loose. But I'll show you how to do it quickly, just to add to it. That's what it looks like from the top. Looks okay, I suppose. So you get gaping doors. It's the bottom, side to side, and you know, actually they're not too bad actually in there, and I haven't actually modded them anyway apart from the mod to remove them from his arms. By the way, this arm will probably fall off in this review because the little bit of plastic which was holding it on has actually fallen off, because I took it off to check something. In fact, it looks like it's already off. It's just right. Anyway. So I'll just unplug all these. As you can see, once you get one out, they all come out. The thing that I didn't see before It's because I said someone had these on here, but I couldn't understand how, and I thought they had them attached to this, and I thought they were in there like that, and I couldn't figure out how to do that, but they actually don't. What they do is they use this part here, and you can have it either that way or that way. If you do that way, then it does like stick out like that. So if you do it this way, and what you do is you put this part here on this bit here, like that, and that's it. So it's pretty easier if you grab these parts. Now they're kind of opposite, so like, see, this part is supposed to go here, so this part will go on here like that, and this part will go on here like that, or other. No, actually, yep. Sorry, when you have them so they're that way, then you're doing your counter opposite, so it would be like that. But if you're doing them that way, then it's fine to have the same side on the same side. So if you lift the glass up first and then clip this down, so you want to get this part here, this side of this little notch, and then listen for that click, then bring the glass down so it's out of the way. Do that for both sides. But the other problem I was trying to do is I was trying to do this with over top. Go on, clip your bugger. There you go. I was trying to do these over top of the glass, and the glass was getting in the way. These glass bits is what I'm on about, these parts here. Then you grab these, and then you just drop them, slide them around. Then you want to have the tab forward and just hinge them. I'll try and show you. It's kind of awkward to show you. If I just focus on that, then you can see I'm just hinging it on that part here. It's the arm which is actually connecting the doors to the back. Yeah, see, I told you it'll fall off. Do the same for this one. Now the other one might fall off when I do this, but hopefully once you get them both actually in there, they kind of help each other stay a bit better. And then, you know, I'm holding all I'm holding is these. Look. So that's not terrible. It gets them out of the way. They're kind of hidden. You know, when you stand them upright, yeah, you can kind of see them, but it adds to a bit of the bulk as well, so he's not so skinny. Not majorly. I think the other one I showed you where you just put these two panels closed and then flush with the back, I think that's better. And if you actually take out a little chunk like there, I think they would actually hold in there a bit better, which I'm thinking of trying. Failing that, I've had this radical idea which I might try as well. I've got so many custom ideas. Anyway, just wanted to add that to my video. Just put this back together. Let's do a quick size comparison, and then, oh, go over his other weapon as well, sorry. And as you can see, they clip on very nice, they hold very nice. Put that there for now because you don't need that for the size comparison. Right, so size comparison time. Here is a Viacom. He's actually shorter than the Viacom. My camera's very low for some reason. Let's bring this up a bit. There we go. Here is a first edition Bumblebee, his like partner in crime in the series, so to speak. You can see he's quite much bigger than him. And speaking of bigger than him, Mr. Prime himself, and let's go for Bulkhead. And that lamp is very hot, as I just found out. He's okay in scale. You know, I think he should be a bit bigger and a bit bulkier, but he's okay in scale. He's not terrible. It's just everything else that's wrong with him. And it's a shame because he screams so badly to be a good figure. And like I said, he's an okay robot mode, and he's an okay vehicle. Just he's a terrible transformer. He comes with this weapon, which is a missile launcher, which is a axe stroke web net catcher, and that's supposed to go in there. I haven't successfully done it yet because I haven't really tried, because I don't really care. I hate gimmicks, but whatever. I'm trying to show you. And my missile launcher is actually broken, so yay! And that was not me this time. Go on, you know you wanna. It's so close. We're almost there. Wow, that is really hard to do. I don't expect any kids to do it. There you go. So you can have like that wrapped around some kind of robot or something if you really wanted to. So he's got a missile that shoots out, but and puts a net around someone's arm. That's about all you're getting in there. Not Bumblebee's arm, that's for sure. Maybe his own arm. Not a Vehicon's arm, so God knows. Wow, that is really, really in there. There we go. The missile does come off, so you don't need to have that. You can have the missile launcher as it is. And that's what it looks like, and then you push the thing and it goes pa-chow, but like I said, mine's broken. I don't know how it broke. It was in my box and then it broke. And he holds the weapon just fine in robot mode. So you can pa-chow and all that. Which also should be white. But hey ho. Let's put this back together and then we will move on with the review. Okay, so that's his weapon. Now, you can also attach him in vehicle mode, which I'll show. Now, excuse me, let's put these back on. If I could figure a way to do the ankle custom or the foot custom so they're not such clown feet and keep the transformation, I'll let you guys know. But I'm not optimistic about that. I have seen some, but I haven't seen them like in video or anything. I've just seen stuff online. Okay, so let's transform this guy back to vehicle mode. So to do this, we need we get the legs over and done with first. Push the knees into the middle. Bring the toes up to the knee. Oh, I said push the knees in. There you go. And then put these flaps down if they weren't already. Clip them together. And then rotate that round 180 degrees and bring it down a bit. Then, oh, excuse me. Oh, I'm losing my voice. Then detach the doors from the neck part there. Bring them down, and then you have to kind of bring the glass up. Then close the doors like that to get them past these bits, because they like to catch on them. Excuse me. Just get them down to there so they're out of the way. You then bring the chest part down, detach from them pegs. Then bring the head all the way up and round, and it should lie flush with that part just there. Then bring the elbows, shoulder pads up a bit, and then you want to extend the arms out. Detach the wheels from that tab there, like I showed you earlier. And you kind of have to bring the arms up at this hinge here, and then you want to rotate it around like that. And then when you get to there, bring the hinge in. Now, I find the best angle to put this in is rotate the bulk around to the front. I said rotate the bulk round. There we go. And you want to bend his arm back a notch, just a notch. And then as you put that in, you kind of want it to be a little bit flush with that peg, with that joint there. So when you rotate it in, it's very, very hard to do this. Is you then get it all in and just sit it in there inside the doors, and then pull this panel forward a little bit to get it out of the way. Don't put it down or anything like that. So repeat this on the other side. Arm out, shoulder out, rotate round, rotate pan around, bend arm back, lay it flush, bring this part hinge down, and don't be surprised if mine pops off. Right, now this is where your problem is. You've got to close all this together and get it in between this gap here of these little glass panels, or the glass windows even. So you have to go over them. I think the easiest way to do it is try and line the roof part up together and just get that clipped together as quick as best you can first. Once you've got that together, then things will start falling in place. Now this part, like barrel, will sit on top of that. Once you've got them out of the way, you can then close up the shoulder pads to form the bumper. And believe it or not, that will actually help to angle. Like I said, you want, if I get this out of the way, you want this part here to actually sit on that little bit there. So if you do that, then you want to push the arm part down as best you can, and then that looks pretty good. Let's check the other side. So push that one forward, bring this one back, push that. See, now that's catching on that there is catching on that bit inside there. So I need to close that down a bit more, then rotate it and angle it. Okay, that's still not flush. There we go, I've got them at the right angle. Okay, so now we can then bring the glass out and clip this will peg into the roof there. Same on the other side, peg that in there. Right. Once you've got that, you can then bring these forward, fully extend them, drop it again, close that there, and peg them in there, and peg it in there. Now my one's a bit awkward because I've had to add that bit, so your one shouldn't be this stiff to get down. No, something's not gone down right there. Got to bring this part up again. You see it's at an angle, that's why. That bit of plastic I've put on to hold it in place is actually preventing it slightly from transforming, so I'm going to have to take that bit off at a later date. So yay. I had this flushed a little while ago, just give me a sec. It's really hard to get this on camera. Now even though I've like altered mine to try and keep it in place, you can see the problems you're having with this already. There you go, there you go. Now, okay, then just bring this up. And the weird thing is, the only way that keeps this attached to this section, is these little friction bits here. And that's it. Nothing else clips out into place, just them two bits there. So that's quite bad. Oh, well, you go into place. You know what? I'm going to leave that there. Don't hold that against the figure, that's just because it's mine, because I've added that bit and it's kind of gone in at an angle. But as you can see, the other side's fine. It's just that side because I've got that little bit of blue plastic there. I don't have it at quite the right angle. I need to basically rotate. You know, if I grab these and I rotate that round, that might actually help it go in a bit better. Sorry, I'm trying not to make this review drag on any longer than it has to. There you go, see? I rotated the bicep round a bit more and it's now gone down. So that's that done. So there we are, back in his vehicle mode. Now I know mine is custom slightly, but you can see how fiddly that is. And as I said, I'll show you the Vehicle bit. This just clips on. The headlights go in these gaps here, and these pegs here go in these little grooves just below the 3 or the 8, depending on what side you are. You don't need to put them in, and it does take a little bit of force to get them in because they're rubber, and the door likes to move out of the way as you do it. But there you go, Smokescreen in his vehicle mode, and then you can put this on the roof rack, but it's very difficult to get in. It's a very tight fit. And then here's his weaponized vehicle Beast Hunters mode, so in all his glory. He also has pegs on the side if you wanted to, but then kind of the net, I guess you have to do that. Not, like I said, not a fan of gimmicks. While we are in this mode, let's do some size comparisons. Here we are against Robots in Disguise Bumblebee, Robots in Disguise Vehicle, and Robots in Disguise Ratchet. And I had an idea for a Ratchet last night, which I'm hoping to bring to you soon. So you can see he's pretty good in scale and vehicle mode with the rest of them, apart from Ratchet. So let's wrap this video up. There you go, guys. There is the Transformers Prime Deluxe Beast Hunters Smokescreen. It's a bit like the Ratchet reviewer said. There's only him out there, unless you want the Arms Micron one, which is just a knockout. Then yeah, he is the figure to have for your Prime team. He's, like I say, he's a good vehicle, he's a good transformer. He's just got a lot of problems, and I'm going to see what I can do to figure out to try and fix them, because I don't like that the way it is. I'm not happy. What I might end up doing, as I said, was buying a second one of these, keep one in vehicle, keep one in robot, and just make them like that. we shall see. I will let you know. But anyway, thanks a lot, guys. As per usual, leave your comments and links below. Please subscribe, and I will catch you guys later. Bye bye.